we actually have an unbelievable guest here today.
we got a surprise special guest.
We got a surprise special guest, a legend, an absolute legend. People that don't know. For people that don't know, why don't you come on in?
Yeah, why don't you come on over here, my brother? What's up, big dog?
I'll tell you what, I could not have gotten around you and gotten to the pass. There's just no way.
What's up, man? Mickey, nice to meet you.
Not many human beings on earth can make me look small. But you're rocking. Woodbury, New Jersey, huh? Jersey boy.
Yeah.
Two Jersey boys here.
Jersey boys right here.
Old Bridge, New Jersey.
Welcome. How you feeling?
I'm okay.
You're all right? You made it, brother.
Yeah,
happy you're here. Happy you made it.
Real
man.
happy.
Thank you.
So, 2001, the greatest college football team of all time, University of Miami Hurricanes, the Outland Trophy winner, best offensive lineman in the country, and you got 8th in the Heisman.
I know.
As an offensive tackle.
Wild.
I don't think at the time I realized it. I remember our public relations guy, and they were like, "You finished 8th in the Heisman." I was like, "Why does that matter?"
Do I get money?
But then later on, I look back at it, and it's like, that's actually dope, though. Like, you know what I mean?
That's insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Wild.
Yeah, Woodbury. Now Woodbury is that's by like Rowan, like Gloucester County down there.
It's actually Gloucester County, yeah.
Yeah, well, no. Yeah, I used to play the casinos down in Atlantic City all the time. Yeah, so I had a bunch of friends that were out there, Camden County, Gloucester County.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're bigger than most of the human beings there, I would imagine.
Yeah.
What made you get? Now you went Lackawanna first. That's where half my high school went. Try to get their football career going was Lackawanna, and pretty sure they just sold drugs and they didn't actually focus on their football career.
Well, you know, different strokes, different
folks. Yeah, shout out to Old Bridge High School. You know, state champion runner up 2 years in a row.
So we're actually going to Columbia tomorrow. We're involved in Medellin.
Okay.
We're involved with an MMA promotion called Empire MMA. My big idea is to get the big boys, the ex-NFL guys, come down and do a super heavyweight division.
Yeah, open weight. Because I don't know if you
got any teammates and any ex-teammates who might want to throw some hands, man, and let me know. Can you imagine, bro, the biggest, baddest dudes throwing down?
Right.
Because here's the problem. Here's the problem in UFC right now.
Because 265 is
it's
a weight
265
cut.
cap.
So some of these guys have to cut. You know what I mean? A big boy like you, what'd you play at? Like 340?
350, 360.
Yeah. Yeah. You can imagine someone like that in the.
When you were 350, you think you could have stood 5 minutes in the cage, though?
I'm still like 360.
No.
Really? Gerard.
Yeah. Look at his shoulders. Look at his shoulders. Yeah, but I mean, that would be great. Like Vince Wolfork versus T-Mac. 5 minutes in the cage. Yeah. I don't know. How you think you would do in the cage? You ever think about doing any UFC MMA?
How many rounds is it?
Well, it could be 2 rounds. 2 rounds, 3 minutes. 3 rounds, 2 minutes.
The typical professional is 3 5-minute rounds.
3 5-minute rounds.
With a minute break in between.
I would do it.
Yeah?
I would try it, yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, I got an opportunity for you, my friend.
Do I have?
Be the first one.
So you're the
sick.
You're the 7th overall pick in the draft. Life changes overnight. Now that there's a statute of limitations, were you getting paid to go to Miami before there were NILs? You getting any under the table money there?
Was I getting paid to go there? No.
No. Were you getting any good boosters?
Was I being taken care of a little bit? Maybe.
Maybe. I mean, you know, if an offensive lineman's gonna go 8th in the Heisman, he deserves a little something, don't you think?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I mean,
they're getting paid now.
Do you see what's going on with
They're getting paid a lot.
what's his name over at USC? Caleb Williams.
What's going on? Oh, he's saying he's going to make more money.
He's going to make more money staying
than going to be in the first overall pick. Wild.
He can stay in USC, make more money than being a rookie in the NFL.
That's all right. I feel like it's good and it's bad. I feel like because some people are like, it's good because you make a lot of money in college, but then I feel like there's separation too between some of the teammates.
Oh, okay.
Right. Like certain guys are going to be getting nothing and certain guys are going to be balling. Yeah.
And they're balling, but then they're not really taking that money and saying, well, let's do stuff for the team. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you were going to give me that money, I'm going to have stuff to make sure that we're all kind of like, doing something to keep bring us together, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the mindset probably of a lot of guys who, when I played too, because we did things on our own and like they had to use resources in college to make sure we were all good. And, Jeremy Shockey was my roommate in college. So
Jeremy Shockey, New York Football Giants. Jeremy Shockey in the building.
Over here. I love Shockey, bro.
So we had a house. We lived in our running back coach, his house.
This wasn't the 7th floor crew, was it? No, that's a couple years later.
They were after us, but I lived on the 7th floor. But we left when we left campus. We stayed in the house together. And we had barbecues. So like the basketball girls, they came over. They would help cook. All the football players, like we did things together. So that's what I'm saying. So if you have that money, do things together, like throw things together, so it brings chemistry with the team. You know, like they all came back to Jersey with me, like Joaquin and Ed Reed and Vernon Carey and all those guys. Like I went back to Jersey for, I don't know, my parents had something for me back in Jersey. They all came up, like, you know what I'm saying? First time I had sangria and stuff like that, I went to Joaquin's family house. Like, we went to each other's place. We all went to New Orleans together because, one, we played in the Sugar Bowl, but Avery's from out there, so we traveled and moved around together, too. So I feel like now that you have money, do stuff for the team. Like, put it back in to make the team, you know what I'm saying, the capture, because that's big. But I think they're just doing things, and then now they're kind of, like, isolating themselves and their family and things like that. So I feel like if somebody's smart, they would do it, you know, right, and do things to like include people.
I remember seeing the Notre Dame quarterback like giving away a bunch of like Beats headphones and like stuff to his guys, but
I think everybody on the Utah Utes just got Ford F-150 pickup trucks or something like that.
Oh yeah, I just seen that. Yeah.
Way different than when I went to school, man.
Real,
it was like, here, you get some food.
Yeah, here's some extra vouchers.
Here's
for
a
the
card.
Cafeteria.
Eat as much as you want.
Yeah.
Get as much of this Sodexo in you as you can stand, buddy. Yeah, dude. And for people that don't know, that University of Miami team, some people think is the greatest college football team of all time. Definitely top 5. One of the greatest stats I ever heard about that team was...
we didn't score on offense.
Oh, that also. The one
that was the one I was thinking.
But the other one was that this team was so good that future NFL All-Pros, Sean Taylor, Kellen Winslow, and Antrell Roll played special teams.
Oh, yeah.
They were on punt coverage.
Just to get in the games.
It's like the running backs on that team. Clinton Portis, Willis McGahee, Frank Gore, Najee Davenport.
Wow.
Andre Johnson, wide receiver. Philip Buchanan, Ed Reed.
Deep.
Wow. Who was the center? I think the center was great too.
Romberg.
Brett Romberg.
Yeah, what was your line when you guys were there?
Martin Bibler, Brett Romberg, Sherko, and Joaquin Gonzalez.
So I love the O-line especially. Because all the other players, they call them the skill players.
The skill positions.
You know what I mean? They get all the shine.
And we're the players who never leave the field.
you guys are the
play
ones.
every snap.
You guys are you're the berserkers in the front line, holding shit down. You see what's happened to our Giants this year.
Oh my God.
They with no front line. Daniel Jones. People are talking about we need a new quarterback. No,
I would say like on the offense that the O line is like the engine, because without the engine, the car can't go anywhere.
Exactly. Most important part.
Why do you think?
I'm sorry, but that's why I'm good friends with Rich Soibert from the New York Giants. That line, they talk about Eli Manning, and Eli Manning's great. David Tyree with the catch. That old line got us 2 Super Bowls.
But also 2 guys rushed for 1,000 yards in 1 year.
Yeah.
Derek Ward, Brandon Jacobs, and
Ahmad Bradshaw.
Bradshaw had like 700 that year too.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's a pretty good offense when they know that you're running and you can still gain yardage.
That's the baddest dudes on the field, and I don't like the. I wish they were more celebrated, and they were. I follow a couple Instagram accounts that show like we were big guys.
Yeah.
You know,
because even when it comes to like Pro Bowl voting and stuff, there is no stats. So you have to.
Well, they got pro football focus now, right? And the idea is like.
But when I was there was no stats. So when we used to have to vote, you used to look at everybody's stats like, oh, he had this amount of sacks or this catches or this amount of yards on that.
Yeah.
But O-line is just like, who we think? Like it just you had to ask questions. And it's just based off.
That's really interesting.
So that's why like, a lot of people kept making it, and they might not have the best year. But they would just be making it because they made it before.
Joe Thomas is the best tackle.
Could you propose a stat? Do you have like a stat in mind where it's like
now it
led to this many yards, or
count people's pancakes, or count people's how many sacks and not
they count.
Up
That pancakes is the only stat I could think of.
Well, it's not used though.
So pancakes great. But if you're just locking them down, you don't have to put them on their back.
Too,
if you just keep them off.
So Pro Football Focus.
A goal. You gotta give something. Like it's nothing.
Yeah. So Pro Football Focus has 2 stats that they call win rate. It's like rush win rate and pass win rate, and it's like if you give up 3% of all dropbacks, if you anything like 3% or less of dropbacks, if you don't give up a hurry, that's like good, right? Like I think there was 2 games last year where Andrew Thomas didn't give up a single hurry in any, but then they they have like rush win rate, and I heard a couple people bitching about it. Where, dude, you don't know the scheme. You don't know
the
like
stunts they're pulling.
Yeah,
and,
well, you don't know like I'm supposed to block down. This dude's supposed to chip and get to the second level.
Right.
He blows his assignment. Now you're blowing like
It is kind of hard to. Yeah.
I always offensive line works as a unit. Why do you think offensive line is so bad in today's NFL compared to the days past?
Because they make guys like smaller, and it's more about like finessing, and it's not like their guys are smaller. So now it's like you have bigger defensive ends who are moving these guys. You know, before you have guys like me, they're more about you being able to be mobile and moving.
There aren't many Bryant McKinnies walking around, bro.
I know, but they're still bigger, like heavier guys. But they're more about like cutting people off and being quicker, but they're not as big.
Got you. So you think that the guys are just too small?
They've gotten smaller, yeah.
Really?
But
so
the defensive linemen haven't. So you look at like what's the defensive end from is it Cleveland?
Oh yeah, Myles Garrett.
Yeah, like
what
these
a
guys
monster.
are like yes, and then you have Aaron Donald, like they're bigger guys too, but you don't have like your guys who can anchor down on these type of guys.
So David Deal told me, another friend of the program, great Giant. He thinks it's because you guys don't practice in pads much anymore. The guys don't actually hit. They don't actually block, and there's no way to
because they're trying to save people for the field.
They're trying to save people for the field, but it's like a fighter that doesn't spar.
Yeah,
you know, and that's what he said.
So much. Yeah, you got to get that real game look.
Yeah, he said that you know you got to pop pads to know what's what. You know, and you can't really work this stuff in t-shirts and shorts.
Right.
That's what he thinks. I don't know.
It's kind of true, but still at the end of the day, I feel like
it's just the size thing.
It's just
is that because the games become so pass pro heavy that they?
That's what I'm saying. It's more. That's why I say it's more finesse. It's not like everything's like pass blocking and cutting people off at angles and not just going downhill and just mauling people. You know?
Yeah.
It's changed.
Now you had a great running back behind you in Minnesota, huh? Did you have Adrian Peterson behind you?
I did.
And then it was you and that great. Who was the guard? That great guard?
Steve Hutchinson.
Steve Hutchinson. And I mean, you guys rushed for 1,500, 2,000 yards every damn year. I mean, you guys had some years
we
there.
Had
Dante Culpepper.
We have the record for the most yards in one game because of Adrian Peterson, and when he did it against San Diego against LaDainian Thompson.
Yeah.
So he took that record against
from him.
Yeah.
Wow.
In that game.
Head to head, huh?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So what was it? It was 2002 when you joined Minnesota. Is that correct? So you were with Minnesota when Randy Moss was there, Adrian Peterson.
Twice.
Randy Moss was there twice.
Right.
Left and then came back. Wow. What was it like playing for was that Dennis Green was coaching over there?
No, it was the first year of Mike Tice.
Mike Tice.
Yeah. His first year. Yeah. Dennis Green had just left when I got there.
So they just had that huge loss to the Giants in the NFC Championship game. Kerry Collins drops a 40-burger on them. And before that, they had previously had, before the Patriots went on vengeance against the NFL, they had the greatest offense of all time with Randall Cunningham chucking it to Chris Carter and a young Randy Moss handed it off to Rod Smith and then lost to the freaking Morton Anderson. Misses the field goal, and they don't go to the bowl, man. They lose to the Atlanta Dirty Bird Falcons, and we got to get Chandler. We got to watch Chandler get chewed up in the Super Bowl. That might be a little young for you there.
A little bit.
Yeah, but I tell you want to play with an unstoppable team besides Mike Vick and Madden? Oh, my God, that Minnesota Vikings team was unreal. So you go from that Minnesota Vikings team, and then you end up in Baltimore. How's that happen?
How that happened is they wanted me to restructure my contract, and I didn't want to. It was an opportunity. I feel like, how many I've been there? For 9 years. It was an opportunity for me to, like, kind of leave and get a fresh start somewhere else. And that was something I kind of wanted. Like, I was there with Brett Favre, and that was the closest I had ever been to even get into a Super Bowl.
Gotcha.
AFC Championship, and we lost in New Orleans by a
threw the
field
ball
goal.
away.
Yeah, but we had 5 turnovers, so it wasn't even just that play. We had a fumble on the 2-yard line going in. We just had 5 turnovers that we just normally wouldn't have had, and still lost by a field goal. And then they changed that rule.
Yeah.
Right after that game, so now you couldn't lose. Like, both teams now will get
They have to get the ball.
Right. So they changed that after us, but we came back, and then they tried to drag Brett back that following year, and he didn't really want to come back, but he came back. And then when I had the opportunity to leave, I was just like, this is my opportunity. Let me just see what else is out there. And
Minnesota's cold in the winter, boy.
It is. Luckily, it's a dome, except when our dome collapsed that one year.
Yeah.
And we were outside for
30 inches of snow.
Yeah, we were outside for the last couple of games.
University of Minnesota, right?
With a field that's frozen.
It's a little different than the U.
Right. But I ended up going there basically because Ray Lewis just wouldn't allow me to kind of scout other teams. I was trying to see where else was a good fit. I mean, you have Michael Orr in Baltimore. A whole movie called Blindside. So I'm like, well, y'all sure he wants to move to be a right tackle? Because I'm not coming to play right tackle. I'm a left tackle. And they're like, he doesn't mind. And then Ed Reed finally called me too. And they just added on, the pressure. And I was like, all right.
They put the U back together.
They did.
Yeah.
They
and
put the U back together.
I never had anybody from the University of Miami on my team the whole time I was in Minnesota.
That's why you didn't win a Super Bowl until you got
right. I told Ed Reed he's the only person I won a national championship and the Super Bowl with. Like,
he's some player, huh? He's some player. You had Ed Reed. You had
who's some of your favorite teammates or guys who either wild stories or just talented guys, good guys, funny guys?
Ed Reed's definitely my favorite teammate.
Not Fred Smoot.
Smoot is a character, huh?
No, he definitely is.
Yeah.
So why Ed Reed? Why does Ed Reed?
We're the same year too, so it was a lot of things, especially going into
camaraderie.
Camaraderie, but going into our senior year, we did a lot of things to bring the team together. So when I say things like we would go to workouts, then we would go to happy hour at Red Lobster and just
Red Lobster.
Places.
You imagine walking into a Red Lobster, you see Henry and Bryant McKinnie just eating some of them cheese rolls, man. I love those little hush puppy things. Oh man.
I feel like we did a lot, just to bring everybody together. You know what I mean? And being the leaders, our senior year, and so then for us to be able to reunite and then kind of get back and win a championship too. It's just like, okay.
That's got to be wild, huh?
Yeah.
Won a championship with Ken Dorsey and Joe Flacco.
Wow.
They're similar kind of too, aren't they?
A little bit. Why do you think Ken Dorsey didn't translate to the I mean, he's doing great as an offensive coordinator for the Bills now. Why do you think he didn't translate to the NFL?
I don't know.
What was he like as a quarterback?
He had a great protection in college. In the NFL, it might not have been as good, so it could cause different things that make him.
It's a little different when you're not throwing Andre Johnson and Jeremy Shockey, and you don't have Clinton Portis in the backfield.
And they say that a lot with quarterbacks. They say why, like Rodgers and these guys who go to smaller schools and they have less separation when they don't have the most talented.
It translates better than the NFL.
Yeah, they tend to translate better because they're used to putting those balls in those small pockets. Pause. Where they, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's not the guy's not just wide open. They can just toss it up there, easy score.
But he was definitely a student in the game. I remember when he first came in, he was always studying and going over things and make sure he was prepared. So, and that's why I feel like he's a great coach now.
Dorsey. Yeah. What was it playing like? What was it like playing for Harbaugh?
Me and him have the same birthday, so I thought we was gonna get along. We really didn't.
Oh, really?
But we kind of did. But it was just we bumped heads at times. But when I see him last year, we had our 10-year reunion for the Super Bowl class, and I said to him, I said, "You're not the same coach when you coached us." And he's like, "I had to change." I know, I could tell because the guys are different. They're more sensitive. And he was just saying, I said, "So what year did you realize you had to change?"
So you heard it here first, folks. Today's NFL players are both small, weak, and sensitive. Bryant McKinnie says today's NFL players are smaller, weaker, more sensitive.
I mean, from what I'm told from coaches, that you can't yell they would yell at us.
Oh, yeah.
You can't because they'll shut down.
They don't have two-a-days. They don't have
two-a-days either. But you yell at them. Yelling at us, it would make us go out there and probably play harder. Yelling at them, the person can tend to shut down, and then they don't.
Yeah, kind of go into their shell.
Yeah, and they can't afford that. So to me, you're sensitive.
For sure. For sure. But also, I get it on a certain level. You can yell at a college kid. You can kind of come off in more of an authoritative manner. But if you're 10 years in the league, you're a grown man. You got kids of your own. Don't fucking yell at me.
I had teammates who had to remind coaches, I got to do it in college. Who you talk to? They would get back with them.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, because you still have to have a level of respect. You're the coach, but you're not the parent. You can't talk crazy.
Yeah.
But but they would argue that back, but now people just kind of like sometimes just.
We can't be a geek either though, because you get run over. Like that's the second, I saw Ben McAdoo's haircut and ill-fitting suit. I was like, this dude ain't gonna work in New York. It ain't gonna happen. These guys are not gonna. They're gonna be like, shut up, nerd. There's just no way. You still have to be a leader of men. I would imagine, right? Like, I think look at what Prime is doing out in Colorado. Like, who doesn't want to play for Prime?
Campbell.
Yeah, Dan Campbell,
Vrabel, like those guys
Vrabel,
who've been in it,
men.
men.
Yeah, Tomlin. I mean, nobody does more with less in the NFL than Mike Tomlin.
I feel like a lot of guys who have played, it's easy for them to relate to the guys who are playing.
Right.
Those, like, I've had coaches who've never played before, and it's like, but you are supposed to be like this pro, where like you're supposed to be like so knowledgeable.
I feel that
100%
in fighting. There'll be guys who just they did one of the sports, and then they come to MMA, and they'll be like, oh, these guys are bitches. Like these guys are. It's like you never did it,
right? So it's hard.
How are you gonna call people bitches when you never even did it?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
it's like a disconnect there.
Well, it's weird because in your sport, I mean, you're in the cage and you're fighting, but you have coaches for like each discipline.
That's because it's hard. Yeah, and I think it'll change, but it's hard to be you could be a master in one discipline, but we all have to be world class in like 3-4 disciplines.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Got to be good striker, good wrestler, you know what I mean? Grappler, all that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So you'll have different coaches that specialize in different things. So it's kind of hard, but I think one day I think the evolution of the game, now kids are growing up doing MMA.
Yeah.
Rather than just doing, I boxed and now I'm going to learn to wrestle because I want to fight.
I almost wonder to that point if there's overcoaching in today's NFL. You hear about, well, this is our outside line coach, this is our inside line coach, this is our run game coordinator, this is our pass game coordinator, this is our offensive coordinator. It's like
too many voices.
What's going on here?
Yeah, too many voices.
Who's saying, like, who do I listen to?
Yeah.
Like,
sorry.
What's you doing?
Little photo op.
So, does an offensive line coach at your level actually do anything? Or, are you listening to offensive coordinator, the head coach? Like, whose voice matters most?
The offensive line coach is the one who teaches you, like, the technique, and you actually go over the plays with them. The offensive coordinator, I guess, is the overall for everybody, but you break down the position groups.
Now, that 2001 team, Mick, you remember there was a commercial, right? Because the Bengals were like 0-16.
Yeah, we were talking about this last night. I remember them, and it was a popular opinion that, like, Miami
2001
would beat the Cincinnati Bengals.
0-16 Bengals at the time.
They're like, and now what do you guys think about that? Because you got to be like, that'd be a game.
I think the University of Miami, as much as I love that team, would have lost by 48 points to the NFL.
Because there are, on the NFL is every one of a professional player.
I don't know about 48 points, but.
You don't think you would have got boat raced by the Bengals?
48 points, I think, no, not 48.
Really?
We would have probably lost because you have it's different strength levels too. Like, I feel like I got stronger by the time. Yeah, when you hit 27, it's like a different grown man strength, and it's just technique, things that you just know that you continue to learn as you get in the league. But 48 points, I don't think about 48 points because I mean, it was still.
Hey, I don't think 48 points.
Yeah,
Charles.
They had
tripping. But
they had 30 pros on that team.
How many pros on the Bengals?
There was 56 pros on the Bengals.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the part where I could say, yeah, they probably wouldn't win. Yeah. But I bet they put on that team put on a.
Yeah, like we would have fought, especially we knew what was at stake too, like we're at college and it's like we would have put up a fight, but
that's a Super Bowl.
48. Nah, 48.
Really? Think it would have been close?
It could have been, I would say 21, but not 48.
Okay. Fair enough.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
That's like, hey, less than a touchdown a quarter. I'd take that.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Out of all the guys you played with, who do you think was the most impressive as far as athletically is concerned? The best athlete? I would imagine Randy Moss has got to be up there, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say him or Adrian Peterson.
Adrian Peterson.
I want to piggyback on that one. Who do you think would make the best fighter?
MMA fighter.
So I start thinking Ray Lewis. That's kind of where I would go. What do you think?
He's not that big, though.
Besides for yourself.
He's not that big, right? Like, Ray Lewis is undersized, though, isn't he?
Undersized in what capacity?
In like 5'11", 230 or something like that, 235.
Oh, you're saying like within weight classes and stuff like that?
Maybe, yeah.
I was saying maybe we trim him down to 205.
205, and he's
fighting. Ray Lewis, John Jones.
Got that dog.
You know what I mean? That'd be a scrap right there.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
but Shockey would have been a little tough to handle.
Yeah, I can see Shockey. Sean Taylor too.
Oh, Sean Taylor was a beast.
Like,
Sean Taylor,
yeah,
what a beast.
Yeah,
he was aggressive too. I played with Arthur Jones. His brother is in MMA.
That's
John Jones. Yeah, greatest MMA fighter ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was Arthur Jones like?
He was a D tackle. He was cool.
Yeah.
Because his brother, when we won the Super Bowl, his brother was there. But yeah, no, he was cool. Just not as intense as his brother, though. I guess. You know what I mean? But definitely a good athlete.
Which defensive lineman gave you the hardest time?
When I first got in the league, Kabir Kabajabi-Amila.
Really? KGB from Green Bay.
Yeah, and pass protection because he was
very
just
fast,
so, like, slippery.
Yeah.
And I learned from him, so it was like I had to go against you 2 times a year, and then once
Two times, yeah.
got it down, I was like, got you.
Oh, really?
Figured out, yeah.
Steps your game up for everybody
else. Yeah, it does.
Too,
so, but then I ended up just doing good because when I started having like great defensive ends that I practiced against every day, like when Jared Allen came to Minnesota, and when I went to Baltimore, I had Terrell Suggs.
That's right.
It was, a little.
What was
easier.
Jared Allen like?
Jared was good. Jared was 2 different people from when he was in Kansas City because he was like a little heavier. But then when he came to Minnesota, he had slimmed down and got like in the best shape of his life, and he became like more like of a pass rusher, slippery. Like he just could do a lot more.
Why those Minnesota teams when you were younger seemed to like consistently underperform? The great players, high. And now also Green Bay was really good at the time.
Sure.
But
be a high octane offense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was gonna say that my first 3 years there, we were in the top 3 offense. We were always in the top 3 of offense, but our defense was 31. You know, so it was
tough
like
to win.
bad secondary.
score
Bad
like 30
secondaries.
points, but then we're gonna let up 32. So it's like hard to like.
John Randall wasn't still there, was he?
No.
Yeah, he was done.
Chris Hovan was like the premier tackle when I first got there, and then Kevin Williams came in, and then Kevin Williams like kind of like they had him at defensive end, and they finally moved him to tackle, and then when we got Pat Williams, then they started like putting things together. And then Jared Allen came, and then Ray Edwards. So then that's when
Cedric Griffin was Cedric Griffin there.
Cedric Griffin was there, yeah.
Yeah, great Alabama. And they, just couldn't get past Green Bay, man. And then you went and stole their quarterback. But they had a better quarterback waiting. Like, what the hell? Imagine going from Brett Favre, like, good, we got Brett Favre. Aaron Rodgers comes out crazy. NFC North was good, man. Yeah, the Bears, before the Bears were terrible, that defense the Bears had was unreal.
Yeah,
Brian Urlacher. Hammond. Oh, my God. They dragged Rex Grossman to the Super Bowl one year. Yeah. That was Urlacher, Peanut Tillman. Who was that? Who was that great safety they had? He just always was getting hurt. I don't remember. Who do you think is the most important part of a good defense? You think the defensive tackle, defensive end, cornerback, safety, middle linebacker? Who impacts the defense the most?
It can be between your line if you have a good line. I don't know. I feel like the linebacker because they're like the quarterback of the defense. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of set the tempo for everybody, just like how our quarterback calls the play and lets us know what to do. That middle linebacker normally does that for the defense.
Interesting.
So I would have thought and it's not one guy, but I would have said the front 4.
The front 4.
So I think the battles are really won there.
The front 4 can cause a lot of situations where there's interceptions because now quarterback's being hurried. Yeah, so they can cause a lot of things. They can also clog up holes and then allow the linebacker to run through a gap because they didn't clog things up. So, yeah.
What do you think is the hardest thing about being an NFL player? Is it on the field? Is it competing? Is it staying healthy? Is it staying? Is it being young and rich and
the hardest thing
full of
is
testosterone?
Having to go out there even on days when you don't feel good and still play at a high level. There's no days off in the NFL. Once training camp and all that starts, you're there for the long haul. There's no leaving for funerals. There's no nothing. That's just the duration, and then your time off is when the off season hits.
Well, that was the big joke about Tony Saragusa. He had like 5 kids, and he would time it.
Goose.
He would time it with his wife that she would always give birth during training camp, so he could take like a week off of training camp or something. Like, that was the big like.
I love Goose, man.
The Goose.
That's him on Hard Knocks, hilarious. He's on Sopranos. He's out there. Bro, it's when he'd make other people weigh in for him.
Yeah.
Dude, he's
just put down.
And by the
just
way,
put down 320.
New Jersey State champ wrestler.
Stupid athlete.
Yeah,
great athlete.
Heavyweight wrestling champ.
Lifted up Rich Gannon's arm and landed on him on purpose.
Yeah.
Different game was played different back then. You had Baltimore, Pittsburgh. Before the game was played different. You want to talk about the battles? That Pittsburgh defense would smack, boy. They changed the rules because of the way that Pittsburgh defense would hit. Talk about Harrison.
Right.
I think Ryan Clark was there. Who was that? The big white boy they had on D-line. Was that Kiesel?
Kiesel, yeah.
I mean, these are just tough men. When you're going out there and you know that you've got a game like that where, hey, we're going to run the ball 30 times. Do you get pumped up for a game like that? You know it's going to be a battle or what?
I get a chance to wear the opponent down so that I can wear down their pass rush.
Yeah, you just
so
get to.
I like to be able to. I'm a big guy, so I like to be able to use my leverage, my weight, and keep just hitting somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Run blocking. You can just go downfield.
Yeah, because you're just going down and just keep crashing into them. It's going to take a toll on them after a while. So it'll slow down their pass rush. So I like it. So if we're ever on a road, it's like let's run the ball and get a lead, because whenever you're behind, then that's when you're like pass blocking all day.
Do the coaches get input from the players as for what they want to do, what plays they like best?
And they ask what's working or how do you feel about this? And when you go on the sideline, they ask.
Now, what do you do as far as holding each other accountable? Like, you look at a situation, we're big Giants fans, obviously. You look at a situation where the Giants' offensive line is a mess. Who is holding other people accountable? Like, how do you fix something that's that broken? You know?
During that week of practice, you got to try to fix whatever it is that you see going on in games, try to correct it that next week in practice so it doesn't keep happening.
Do you think it's better to build a line from the tackles in or from the center out? Like, where do you want your best players?
Well, you want to have a good center because, I mean, that's right up the middle, so you want a good center. I would say from the center on out, I mean, you need a good left tackle because that's the blind side.
Mm-hmm. Got to protect the investment.
But you definitely want a good center who knows and sees everything and calls things out and communicates well. That's very important.
What's being called out? Like when we're watching and they put they're like the mic is or whatever. Why?
Because then that lets you know, that lets everybody else know who else they have. So once you identify who the mic is, that just tells you like, okay, so I'm responsible for whatever. It just tells you who you're responsible for once you hear who the mic is, and it just trickles out to everyone else.
So the mic.
That's a good question.
It's not the middle linebacker like that, like the mic backer when I was.
The mic
playing.
doesn't always have to be the middle linebacker. The mic, based on the defense, the mic can change. Like you have a mic linebacker, but it's not always for us going to be the middle linebacker. It can be. And
that's the center calling out.
That's the blocking scheme is going to come off of who the mic is. All right.
Okay.
Interesting.
And there's man blocking schemes, zone blocking schemes, right? Mm-hmm. Now I guess everybody's doing the same. But then you look at somebody like Shanahan running his father's scheme. Everybody in that scheme eats. Like they've been since the days of Terrell Davis. Everybody in that damn Shanahan scheme runs for 1,000 yards. What makes that so effective?
Just they're being efficient and accuracy, like just
everybody working together.
On offense, everybody has to. All 11 guys have to be on the same page at the same time. Defense, 10 of those guys can mess up and one person make a sack or interception. It's a big play. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So offense, everybody has to be one accord.
Interesting. Now you played with Brett Favre, you said. Dante Culpepper.
I had a lot of quarterbacks. I had Gus Farad. I had Brad Johnson.
Gus Farad, Brad Johnson. Wow.
Tavares Jackson.
There
was a lot of quarterbacks.
You had Joe Flacco. Yeah. Brett Favre.
I had Tannehill here.
Yeah, Tannehill.
Here at the Dolphins when I came here.
No way.
Yeah.
Tannehill, he's ended up putting together a decent career, huh? Mm-hmm. What, 10-year starter in the NFL?
Yeah.
Wow.
He left here and did good. And I feel like when he was here, I feel like the coaches were overcoaching him. So in his head, he's a great athlete. In his head, he was doing things that the coaches were telling him to do. And sometimes you have to just use your athletic ability and just go ahead and just take chances. And I feel like he was scared to
kind of his confidence.
Yeah, because now when you get back in the meeting room, if it doesn't work, then you're like, you got to hear it. But if it did work, then they'd be like, great job. So you just got to take chances. And I feel like when he got to Tennessee, they allowed him to be more of who he is and take some risks and chances, and it was working for him.
Why do you think the RPO has become such a big part of today's game, and like they never used it? Like they tried to make Randall Cunningham a pocket passer. Is it just as simple as they used to be able to hit the quarterback, and now they kind of can't? Is it that simple?
I guess. I just think like the game has just changed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you look at the quarterbacks, I mean,
they're small.
Changed.
You want to talk about who's gotten smaller? There were no 5'10" Kyler Murrays when you were playing. Everybody like the quarterbacks getting bigger and bigger,
running all over the place now too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's no Dan Marino 7-step drop.
Yeah, and just standing there. They're going to scramble, and it makes the game a little more exciting. But
is that better for an offensive lineman having a mobile quarterback? No.
I mean, for me, I like to know where you are. But if you're like running all over the place, like back there. Ken Dorsey, I knew you was gonna be right there, so I knew where to block. You know what I'm saying?
Like a nice little pocket pass.
Yeah, so I just know where you'd be. Like, if you're gonna do all that scrambling, like, just stay out my way.
You're blocking someone out, now they're rolling out.
Oh, you could get rolled under.
All type of things. So it's like I'd just rather have an idea of where you are and then play that way.
So you won a national championship and a Super Bowl. Which meant more to you? The Super Bowl, because I got a bonus.
I mean, I liked both, though.
That's crazy winning the Super Bowl.
They both was like a great experience. Like, okay, winning the national championship and then finally make it to the Super Bowl, I felt like I was at a bowl game, like a college bowl game.
Oh, really?
Because you have like press week, you have all these different things you got to go to. Mm-hmm. So it felt like a bowl game like you're in college.
Really? University of Miami, you growing up in Woodbury, New Jersey, did you think?
Not at all.
One day.
I would end up in Miami and then
College Football Hall of Famer, man.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I wasn't even thinking about things like that. I didn't know there was a College Hall of Fame until like a couple years ago. I think Ed Reed went in, and I was like, I didn't even know they had a College Football Hall of Fame because I never heard nobody really discuss it.
Really?
So recently, I've never heard anybody say they were in the College Football Hall of Fame.
Warren Sapp talks about it every time he's on air. Yeah, College Football Hall of Fame, Pro Football Hall of Fame. Yeah.
I like Sapp.
I love Sapp. I would listen to Sapp read a parking ticket. That's one of the most entertaining cats.
Yeah,
when his eyes get big, when he starts getting serious about something. You know? Yeah, so you had Kabir Bajia-Biamila, and you're going up against Jared Allen in practice every day. Poor Jared Allen.
Yeah, but we made each other better.
Made each other better.
I would ask questions. I'm like, so what are you looking for? I would just ask questions. Like, I feel like that's how you get better. And he would ask me stuff too. Like when they had to go against guys like Orlando Pace, because we were similar size, and Jonathan Ogden. They were similar size to me.
Great players.
Right. So those were guys who I looked at, and then also was another guy in Seattle named Walter Jones.
Walter Jones,
I would watch him because they would say he had great hands. So I would just watch certain things from certain people, and then just incorporate it into what I do already.
Who do you think is the best tackle in the game today? I think it's Trent Williams.
And he's been playing for a long time.
Forever.
How long has he been playing?
Well, very obvious that he was trying to get out of Washington, I think, for a couple of years there. He's been playing, I think, about 14 years. It seems like today's tackles.
So I was about to say I feel like he was early in his career when I was leaving.
Well, look at Andrew Whitworth. He was the best tackle in the league as last year.
Yeah.
You know, it seems like tackles, maybe this goes back to you talking about size. Tackles aren't good until 5-6 years in, and then like from year 6 to year 15 seems to be the new tackle prime. You know, guys come in the league and they're struggling, man. I mean, look at the guy with the Giants, 7th overall pick, Evan Neal. My God Almighty, this guy's supposed to be
that kind of relates
the best tackle in football. Man, he's getting hammered.
That relates to in MMA heavyweights. Like heavyweights primes come later as well. You know what I mean? Like the smaller guys, like the 125ers, their prime is kind of around like age like 28 to like 32. While heavyweights, their prime, light heavyweights, their prime comes around, 37, 38. You know what I mean? Like it's just
that's interesting.
It's yeah.
Because the skill guys in the NFL, the running backs and wide receivers, rookie year, second year, they can put up numbers.
Running backs, they come in kind of flying out of the gate. Meanwhile, but then they kind of peter out a little quicker. You know what I mean? They fizzle out. Taking those beats.
And you played with Ray Rice. You played with what was the reaction in the locker room when that happened? That couldn't have been great. I know a lot of people that know Ray. He's a Rutgers graduate as well. I had worked out with Ray. He was a great dude. He was an incredibly good dude. And then, Man,
I think I was going
that's a
already
tough
by that
video.
happened.
Were you gone already?
Yeah, I think I was already retired by
Oh, thank goodness.
But we're friends, so I definitely reached out to him and kept in touch with him. But with
him and her are still together, if I remember correctly.
They didn't have a whole other kid and all. They went to therapy. The thing is, they went to therapy. Y'all seen the video late, it had happened, and then the whole thing with the NFL saying that
months later it came out.
It came out months later.
Somebody in the NFL leaked it because he had gotten a 2-game suspension, and then somebody in the NFL, was like probably an activist or something.
PR nightmare.
So it was like his decision from the NFL was already set, and he was going to be suspended. And then when that came out, but they had already moved. Him and his wife had already moved on and had therapy and moved on from it. But then you have to relive it because now the public is seeing it for the first time. So now you have to relive it again and go back through.
It's just such a vicious video. It's just one of those things, man. That's tough to recover from.
Speaking of a PR nightmare, you were involved in one that ended up being a whole big nothing that they made a whole big thing out of.
Which one?
The boat thing.
So people can't go on a boat, and
you're not allowed to have a couple drinks on a boat with a couple strippers.
Right.
So what was interesting was I had remembered it from when I was a kid, and I was like, oh man,
it was on Jay Leno, everybody.
They took that thing and blew it out of proportion.
We're doing prep for the episode, and I'm like, well, man, I remember this thing, and I think it was like a bad thing. It was like a big deal.
I was a little young, I didn't know what was going on. But
Yeah.
I remember.
I feel like nowadays it would not have been a big deal. Back then, things were more conservative.
Someone took a piss on a lawn. I've taken pisses on lawns.
So we're watching the video, and I'm like, this just sounds like one of the best fights ever.
Guess what it did? It served its purpose, right? We were already 1-3 or 1-5, and we went on a 7-game win streak after that because it made us all stick together.
Oh, is that right?
So it served its purpose.
No shit.
Go back and look up that fact that we won a 7-game win streak.
A team that parties together, plays together.
It kind of goes along with that camaraderie thing you were talking about. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what it was. It was a team bonding moment.
How are they gonna get mad at Vikings going on a boat and going raiding?
Hello.
This is what we're Vikings. We get on a boat and we go raid.
So anybody who's 1-3 right now, maybe I should go on a boat cruise.
New York Football Giants. You heard it here first.
Let's go before it gets cold out. Come on. Go get out in the Hudson.
Get on the Hudson.
Have some fun.
Yeah, find a boat called the Mischievous and get out on the Hudson, man.
It was definitely a bonding moment, though.
That video we watched in the prep.
That's
where we were talking.
That sounded like a good time. That sounded like a good time.
No, Smoot is a character.
Who put it together? Who put it together? Whose idea was it?
Or something?
Huh?
Oh, you talking about?
No, I saw the Barstool video.
Okay.
That was great. But who was the mastermind behind the?
There was 4 of us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you were one of the masterminds. You were a chef in the kitchen here. Oh man, and you guys booked entertainment from all across the country.
Right.
And it turns out that turns out to have been the issue, huh?
It really wasn't because you couldn't get in touch with anybody for anybody to confirm anything. You know what I'm saying? You had other people, random girls come and say well, this happens all the time. It's like, you weren't even there, man. You're trying to just get your little thing, but we don't know you. You don't know us.
Let me tell you, I have lived in Miami and I have lived in St. Paul, Minnesota. And if I was having a party, I would bring Miami girls. I have been in both places, and let me tell you something. I'd make a phone call to our buddy over at 11, and I'd be like, can I please? I'd like to make an order.
I got a business opportunity for you.
All I'm saying is you guys want to purify yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. Bro, that seems like it must have been one of the most fun nights of all time.
It actually was. This is the thing. This is where it was Smoot. I think it was his first year there, and we had did something similar the year before, but just wasn't on the boat. So he's like, let's get a boat. And I was like, all right. So we put it in his hands. He was supposed to get a privacy clause signed, and he didn't. So, we got the news. That was our bye week, too. So after that, I went back to Miami, and then when we came back on that Monday, the PR there called everybody, and I was like, what? And I was like, well, the privacy clause was signed, this and the other. And they were like, Smoot forgot to get it signed. I'm like,
oh no.
And you're the main one who want to do this, but you forgot to get it signed.
2/3 of the world's covered by water. 1/3 is covered by Smoot, but not the privacy clause.
Not that.
He missed one thing.
How could you miss that?
That's crazy.
Damn.
That's nuts.
The NDA's got to be
I just knew it was signed, and so I was like, oh, it's not a problem because that should have been done.
I think it's very important for our Gas Digital listeners to know, especially most of you guys are in New York. You guys are Giants fans like us. The Giants also had a boat party, but they had no scrippers, and they are 11.69 They are horrible.
They had a boat party for real?
Yeah, you never saw the
There's
pictures
like
of Odell and Sterling Shepard, where they got no shirts, but they're on a boat for some reason in jeans and Timbs, looking like a Hollister commercial with Brad Wing. The other big thing is they invited their punter. You didn't invite your punter. There were lessons to be learned from this.
You don't bring the punter.
You don't bring the punter.
Come on, man.
So funny, man. They had that Barstool thing where Smoot was like, Chris Cooley's got a lot to say about this for somebody that wasn't invited.
Right, like, him to do the interview.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, they emailed him. He's like, "I'll talk." There it is. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah.
This is funny.
What? That looks like like Blackstreet and Backstreet Boys comeback album too. What the? Why are you wearing Timbs and jeans, dude? 11.69.
Fashion, Gerard.
It's called fashion, babe. 11. What are they? 11.80 since then, man.
Ugh.
That picture was taken the bye week before a playoff game too, and the media was like, "What are you guys doing in Cabo and Miami? You got a playoff game coming up." So like some of this is like dumb. Like the idea of it's a job. Like, imagine you get a picture on Saturday night, like, you've got work Monday morning. How dare you?
Right.
How dare you be out?
That's the thing, too, though, like, with fans, 'cause they get to, tweet you and stuff or even message you. And it's like, let me come to your job and just tell you how terrible you are.
Yeah. Well, you should. That'd be great. That'd be hilarious.
You just show up. Like, they need to have, little skits like that and let players just show up to people's job with, a megaphone.
Well, that was like the...
You suck!
Well, you ever see the Peyton Manning on Saturday Night Live? Cut that meat! Cut that meat! It's like, what are you doing, man? But that's hilarious. I mean, also, they got a lot to say from a long way away, don't they? Mm-hmm. I imagine most people that meet you in person are probably very nice to you.
Oh, yeah, they're nice.
I imagine most people are very, very nice.
I've had some real vile things said about me on the internet.
Yeah.
Anyone who comes up always just wants a picture and a handshake.
Hey, can I get a picture?
They're real friendly in real life.
That's the problem. That is the true.
It's the fake
That's
world.
honestly the problem with the whole world right now is that we're living through Revenge of the Nerds, man. There's a lot of people that have a lot to say that evolution decided thousands of years ago should shut the up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Thousands of years of evolution said your ass needs to be quiet, and now they got a lot to say. Via the Twitter fingers, man. It's not great that we're living through this social experiment. And that's not to say bigger, stronger, faster should rule the world, but I think it did pretty good for our species for a long time.
A lot of people just say things just to get a reaction from you so they can see that you've seen it.
Well, that's true. There's actually a big study done about that, and it's like the Yelp review thing where somebody who says something negative or leaves a negative review, it's something like 10,000 times more likely to get responded to than something positive. So, hey, I love you, and it's just like heart, but hey, you're a piece of shit. Hey, why don't you show up and say it to my face?
Right.
That's how. So the unfortunate thing is when you respond to that, you're training everybody watching. This is how to interact.
And they may not feel like that, but they want to get a reaction from you. So,
man, hey, why do you think Miami's been so bad for so long? And do you think Cristobal is the guy, even though he didn't take a knee?
Y'all saw that game this weekend?
I missed the end, and that's the part in the group.
That's the only part I've seen.
We're in the group chat, so everybody was kind of up about that, but.
They Passar checked. That hasn't happened in 40 years.
They should have took a knee, but they didn't.
They ran the ball, got stripped, and then they gave up. Then they gave up a 20-yard out on the sideline.
And the announcer's like, "Why are they not just kneeling on the ball?"
Then a 30-yard fade touchdown. It wasn't just that they got the ball stripped. They gave up 70 yards after in 38 seconds. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, dude. It wasn't great.
It was bad.
It was almost to the point where the gambler in me was like, what the fuck's going on here? What's happening, Vegas?
Yeah, your little conspiracy mind.
Whoa.
Shit, your gambler and your conspiracy mind getting mixed in together
Not great.
Gerard having a conniption with a board with the things.
The dollar ain't shit. It's tax to no win. Lord.
I don't know why Miami's not been good for a very long time.
It's been a long time, man. Since the Larry Coker days, man.
Right. Because you've had Alabama come in and took over. I'm gonna say like the Florida schools in general, I feel like hadn't been good like they used to be.
Well, they're getting
Florida State, the
Florida State
Gators,
is getting
all
better
those-
now.
Yeah,
They're up
Georgia, and Alabama ate a lot of those SEC recruits.
And then Clemson has started to for a little bit, too.
Clemson for sure, and then also
All SEC really stepped their game up.
Yeah.
All the SEC has really been the powerhouse for the past like decade or so.
and the smaller schools, UCF out of nowhere, undefeated seasons. USF,
Yeah.
Jason Pierre-Paul, now FAU has a decent squad. Lane Kiffin went there, so there's a lot of competition, man. And I think with the realignment and the NILs, it's like, bro, you got to really be committed to having a top program. Otherwise, I mean, how the hell are you gonna get the Caleb Williams of the world if this dude's making $20 million a year to be a quarterback at USC?
I'm gonna say a lot of it's coaching too, though, and that's being able to bring out the best in these players. Because
Really?
I see some players who went to University of Miami and they went on to the pros and became really good, and that's because the best wasn't brought out of them while they were in college. So it was later too. We had great coaches when I was at University of Miami.
Was Ogeron there? Ogeron wasn't there, was he?
No. But they were able to bring out the best in the players, even down to our strength coach, Andrew Swayze, was able to bring the best out of us. So that's what's important. And then we had players who we challenged each other. Like, we went out there on Saturdays without no coaches, and we did our own thing, and we challenged each other. We practiced hard at practice, and we all felt like we were the best. So we always felt like game day should be easier because we're going against the best each day. Like, that was our mindset.
And you literally were, though. You were
we
going up
didn't
against
know
all
it
pros.
at the time, but that's just how we thought of ourselves. You know, we thought highly of ourselves, clearly.
Well, you were, though.
Yeah. When we look back, we now realize it, but we just felt like we're better than a lot of these other people that we're playing against. So practice should be harder than the games. And then I remember my senior year, I used to, like, me and Ed were talking, we say, by the fourth quarter, we need to have like a 21-point lead, so like the guys behind us can get in, and that gives them, reps to start playing the games. And if you look at our schedule, we beat a lot of people by 21 points or better.
Well, that's the crazy
It's
thing.
only like two
the
teams
stat,
maybe that was like less than 21.
Even a game.
Well,
right?
the stat you and Mickey were talking about earlier, for people that don't know, it's that if your offense didn't score a point,
Oh yeah, we still be like 8-4.
you would have been 8-4.
Yeah.
If your offense didn't score a point, your defense was so unreal. And that's a defense that was so good, once again, that Sean Taylor and Antrell Roll couldn't get on the field.
Wild. Wild.
Like, what, dude? Jonathan Vilma, Phillip Buchanan, Ed Reed, crazy. Sean Taylor, Antrell Roll.
And that competition in practice was active. It was hot, huh?
Yeah, we went
Some
we went
scuffles.
out there. Oh, always. Especially
Gotta be it, right?
It's hot out
You
there.
want
People
that.
get frustrated. There's always going to be some stuff.
Did you
want
know
that.
freshman Vince Wilfork was going to turn out to be one of the greatest defensive tackles of all time?
Nah, we could tell.
You could tell?
You could see it. Yeah, you could see it in him.
A man that size shouldn't move like that.
Right, he has good feet.
Should not move like that. That is a dancing bear. That's you ever see him intercept, take it to the hizzy?
Oh, yeah.
60 yards? That's 400 pounds going 60 yards. And it's like, he's got that low center of gravity. He's got like you ever seen an x-ray of a hippo? Like, everybody thinks a hippo is like fat, but it's actually just pure muscle the whole way. He's kind of got like that. He's like, it's like, it looks like he's a big old boy, but there's no jiggle.
Yeah.
There's no
he's
jiggle
solid.
to it. Yeah.
Solid, yeah.
I mean, I remember watching him take on the center and two guards try to chip on one play, and he broke into the backfield, and while he's getting dragged down by the center and the guard that he just ran over, he grabs the running back and takes him down to the ground. And the funniest thing about it, I guess he got the guy's cage. So it was 15 and a holding, and it was an offsetting penalty. And I'm like, this guy just tackled 3 guys on the play. This is like, that's it. You should get the ball. You should get the ball back.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, that's old football. I mean, you played in the last, what I would consider, era of real football.
It started changing towards when I was leaving. That's when it went from no more 2 days and things like that. Because when I first got there, it was 2 days. You tired.
You didn't play with Corey Stringer, did you?
I actually came the year after him.
Came the year after him. Yeah. Corey Stringer passed away.
I'm familiar with that story.
That was the end of there was this used to be called ephedrine, fen-phen, and I would take that stuff because like it would make 20 pounds melt off you in like a weekend. And then a guy in the Baltimore Orioles and Corey Stringer, and then they were like, enough of that.
But they've made it very hard to play defense in the NFL as well.
You just can't hit anymore.
You got to be careful about hitting. You know what I mean? The penalties downfield, like there's just a lot.
It's a very fast
game.
game.
And they want it to be fan friendly and high scoring, and you know what I mean.
But to your point,
I still don't want to have to pay all this money out and people retire.
Oh, is that the real rub? Because if they actually cared about, if they actually really cared about player safety, AstroTurf and Thursday Night Football would both be gone, right? If they actually cared about player safety, Thursday Night Football is insane.
Yeah, what do you think's gonna happen with the turf versus the grass? You think they're gonna like re-adopt all grass? Like I know it's been a huge thing since the Aaron Rodgers debacle.
Did you like playing on turf or grass?
It depends on whose turf. Like,
oh really?
The old turf at the Metrodome, no.
Really? That was like the carpet.
Yeah,
oh,
that
boy.
was terrible. So, but when they got like the little like grass type of turf, it wasn't that bad. But
very slippery though when it gets wet. Isn't
it? To me, I mean, I wasn't only going by like 5 yards, so it didn't really matter too much to me.
Yeah, you probably liked it slippery and slowed down the other guys, right? Coming around. Shit. If you could do anything in your career over again differently, what would you do differently?
Wear gloves sooner.
Wear gloves sooner.
I waited so late to put on gloves because I'm so used to being able like to feel and stuff like that. And then when I did get the gloves, I could cut out the fingertips so I could still like kind of feel.
By the way, people, I have 2XL hands. Go. Yeah, man. Are you kid? Can you see this, Christian?
Yeah, zoom in on that.
This is a large mammal here. Would you ever think about playing basketball instead? I mean, what are you, 6'8"?
I grew up playing basketball.
6'8"? Well, you'd have to be a point guard now at 6'8". You'd have to shoot threes. You'd have to have crossover shoot
back
threes.
In the day, and now it just changed.
No, there is no post anymore.
Right.
No post. All you got. What's his name? Just won the MVP. The Slavic dude.
Oh.
He's like 7'4". Huh?
What was it?
Jokic. Yeah, Novak Jokic.
Yeah, the Joker.
7'3", hitting 30-footers, doing behind-the-back bounce passes. He's like, what the is going on here? I remember Patrick Ewing hitting fadeaways from 16 feet. Was like, oh my god, this guy's unreal.
Big man can shoot.
Yeah. I remember people getting mad at him, like, sit on a low block. Gotta get the rebound, Patrick. You know, him and Akeem. So you live down here in Florida now, man. You like Florida?
Yeah.
We were talking about pew-pews earlier in the episode before you got here. You got any pew-pews?
It's a gun.
Oh, nah.
No?
What are you doing now?
I have a company called Let's Chat. So we do like language translation in real time. So we do it's called Game Pass for the NFL. We just got Major League Soccer, so we'll start them the top of the year. Bojangles, McDonald's, a couple companies. So we do anything from websites to subtitling, documents, like anything that you need translated. It's over 100 languages.
That's really cool. What got you into that?
My partner who developed it ran into him in LA, and they kind of explained it to me, and I felt like it was necessary, like to get on Uber. So eventually, we can get on Uber.
Wow.
So it's based off your device settings. So there's no like drop downs or anything. Just your device, whatever your device setting is, it comes up as that.
That's great. And I guess AI is probably helping that a little bit. Get that done quick. What'd you study when you were in school?
Psychology.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Psychology.
Study human behavior.
Wow. How did that help you or hurt you in the NFL?
It helps me understand people.
Gotcha.
I love psych. I took a lot of psych classes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any favorite psychiatrists that you listened to back in the day? Are you a
psychiatrist?
Yeah. Was it Nietzsche?
Maybe?
Is it Freud?
Freud.
Kierkegaard.
Trying to think.
I know Jordan Peterson likes Carl Jung, spelled J-U-N-G. Junga.
I don't really have a favorite.
Alan Watts. Alan Watts is hilarious. He just basically took like Buddhism and like put a white face on it.
Yeah.
You know, this is like, nothing matters. We're all energy. Be at play always. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Actually.
Explain that to the cops.
I was listening to, there was someone.
Sorry, officer, I'm just energy. I'm just at play. I'm just energy at play, officer.
Energy, man.
When you decided that it was done, that you were over with football, were you like done with it, mentally over it, bodied over it?
I was over it because I had left Baltimore and I wanted to be traded to come back down here. I'm gonna tell you something. A fan, really kind of set me up with that too.
Really?
Yeah. So he had DM'd me and was like, "We need you down here at the Dolphins." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind." And he took what I said and like blasted it, and then it had made like the media, and I was like, "Man, he just."
Got you.
Yeah,
Set you
so
up.
now like in the media, so now like you have Raven fans that's mad that I even said that like
Bryant McKinnie hates Baltimore.
right, and it became a thing, and then
Direct quote.
We ended up, talking to Ozzy, and Ozzy's like, well, I understand you, ready to go. Because after we won the Super Bowl, the team kind of like split up. Ray Lewis now was going, Ed Reed was out in Houston, then I think the Jets and
Followed Rex Ryan.
The main reason why I was
left.
there, those people, they were gone now. So I came back just because I was like, because I took visits to the Dolphins, I took visits out to San Diego, and then I just was like, well, I'm used to Baltimore, I'll just come back here. But when I got there, it was just different. Like, even like practices, when Ray Lewis was there, anybody who was 30 and over, you only practiced. You got like practice for 2 days. You had like a day off or something. It was something with the practice.
The load management stuff?
Yeah, during training camp. But when he was gone, I was like, whatever happened to? Oh, that's not happening anymore. I was like, things was changing. And I was like, this is not the same.
You felt like the last one at the party?
Yeah. So it was a period of time too. I was having issues with my knee, one of my knees, and I just kept saying my knee is swelling up after these games. Is another, and basically, and when I ended up getting traded to Miami, they looked at my MRIs and everything, and I had a torn meniscus.
Really?
And so I was never told, and neither was the Dolphins.
Oh,
so when I got here, they were looking like, oh my God, do you know that this is another? I said, no, I didn't know. I said, but I knew I was having issues with it, but I didn't know I had a torn meniscus. And they were like, so you can either have the surgery and you'll be out for 6 to 8 weeks and you'll be back for the last 2 games, or we can just kind of like treat you and we can just keep it, under control and manageable for you to play.
Keep you on the field.
And I said, you traded for me, I'll just keep it manageable.
Really?
And I
Wow.
played
Good
through it. And then and after that, I was just over because I was like, why would you do that? Not the Dolphins, but just like, why would you send me somewhere like injured and not tell me? And I was just kind of over, like, I just won the Super Bowl last year. It's year 12. Like, what else am I trying to do?
Kind of reach that peak.
Yeah, I was.
You reached the pinnacle of the sport.
Yeah, and then I was just having an injury and not knowing, and then being sent somewhere, and you have to find out from them. It just made me like kind of over it now.
So one of the things Mickey deals with a lot, and I dealt with it when I played minor league ball, was there are guys that like being a fighter. They liked being seen as a ball player, but they didn't really like being a ball player, like the things that it takes to be a ball player. Like there's a lot of guys that like going out at the bar and like being like, yeah, I'm a pro fighter, but they don't like doing the things
Work
that takes to be a pro fighter. Did you like football, or did you see football as like, man, I'm just really good at this. This is something I can really make a living off of. Is it something that you love doing, or is it kind of something that, you did?
I like being competitive. Did I always like practice? No. But I like being competitive.
In the games?
Yeah. And sometimes I practice too, but just like I say, every day you don't always have that.
Yeah.
Lift
weights at watch film at 8 o'clock, lift weights at 10. Like, I don't think most people know, is from college on, how much of your day is scheduled out for you, how much of your time is required to do this. They think about, well, practice is 2 hours, a game is 3 hours, how hard can it be? And they would even say that with us when we're like, oh, baseball's the best. You're always complaining. This is I would do anything to have what you have. Yeah, be on a
Tuesdays
bus
and Thursdays were long
for 18
days.
hours with 13 Dominicans, and then tell me how long you want to do this for.
I enjoyed it.
You know what I'm saying?
I enjoyed it.
You liked football?
Yeah.
Did you like playing in college or professionally more?
I liked college more.
You like college more? It's more of a brotherhood.
Brotherhood, because you got to remember too. I had the second longest holdout as a rookie, so I right away I knew it was business. You know what I mean?
Good for you.
This is before they did the slots, right? Sam Bradford. It was slotted then.
Yeah, so
I thought Sam Bradford was the last guy because he got like $100 million coming out of Oklahoma, and then the NFL was like, "Yeah, we got to do something about this."
No, it's slotted. So one has to make more than two.
Yes, yeah.
So Dallas Cowboys had got Roy Williams' contract done.
The safety or the wide receiver, because they were both right.
So the safety they got his.
He had a couple great years at Oklahoma. He could hit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was great.
And then they left me and Ryan Sims was at Kansas City, and I was in Minnesota. Ryan was 6, I was 7. They felt like he got overpaid at number 8, and I'm like, that's not my problem.
Yeah.
If you'd have got my contract done first, then I wouldn't even know. Like, you know what I mean? But they felt he was overpaid, so they didn't want to pay us like 6 and 7. Like, you know what I mean? So both of us was out there for a while, but then they got Ryan and got his contract done, and I was out there by myself until like October or something like that. And what happened was we found collusion because, in training camps they play different teams. Like,
sure.
And Kansas City is the team that we practice against, and somehow my agent found that they were having some type of collusion to try to get my contract done and all that type of stuff, and we sued them. And then, in order for me to get my contract, I had to drop the lawsuit, and then they just end up doing my contract. Why y'all just ain't do it from the beginning?
Well,
so that interest was like, but I still made the all-rookie team when I first got there, even being there for the season.
Yeah, it's like it's a part of the game, but it's like something. It's kind of unfortunate where we go into these professional sports because we're like following a dream, and then you really realize the business side of it.
Yeah, I had to realize as soon as I got there.
Business, you know what I mean?
How did your teammates? How did your
some
teammates
people
react
kind of
to?
speak out like in the media, and it was like, mind your business.
They act like you're being selfish, but that's just them pressuring you.
Oh, you haven't played it down? Yeah, you're arguing about money. Yeah, because guess what? I can come here and get hurt, and then that's it. Like so. Yeah. You have to take care of the business part first. So, yeah, I'm going to
gotta look out for yourself, man.
The team's not, because guess what? Because I do a podcast for the Vikings now, too. It's called Believe in Vikings. And I try to explain to them, I said, fans are always okay if the team makes the decision to let somebody go. But I'm making the decision for myself.
Sure.
And it's like, oh, no, what is he doing?
Yeah.
But if the team says, well, we no longer, we want to sever ties with him, fans like, oh, okay, oh, well. Like, but it's okay for the team to make that decision.
Sure.
But for me to make a business decision for myself, it's like a problem.
Yeah. I've been playing through a torn meniscus. Do you want an injury settlement?
Right.
Like, no, it's not. So then I got to sit out the rest of the year, go vet minimum. Yeah. Believe. So you do believe in Vikings?
Yeah.
I love Believe in Giants. Carl Banks and Bob Pop. It's fantastic. I'm sure Believe in Vikings is great. Who else does that with you?
Dustin Baker, Sally, and Ron Brown.
Oh, very cool. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
Who did we have last week? Because we had a guest last week. Oh, Dexter McCluster.
Dexter McCluster?
Yeah, because we played Kansas City last week, so I always try to find somebody like who used to play on those teams.
Oh, that's cool.
That's real cool, man.
That's a cool dynamic.
Yeah. What outside of I imagine the Super Bowl winning team, that's your favorite team in the NFL you played for, you figure?
The 09 team.
09 team.
From Minnesota.
That team was great, man.
Yeah.
That team was great.
Yeah, that was a great team. That was a great experience. And then I would say the Super Bowl team.
And then you lost in the playoffs in 07 to the New York Football Giants, the team of destiny. Is that correct?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't really keep track of like.
No. Or was that 2011? No, because Corey Webster picked off Brett Favre. I think the last pass of Brett Favre's career was an interception to Corey Webster.
It was him on the Packers. Pretty sure it was him on.
Was that on the Packers?
His last pass on the Packers.
Oh, okay. So 07, his last pass on the Packers.
Yeah, because he came to Minnesota in 09.
He came to Minnesota after. So his last pass on the Packers was intercepted by Corey Webster in 07. Gotcha. Sorry, I got that mixed up.
I just don't let it happen again. Bro.
I just won't let it happen again. The 07, that saved the world. Can you imagine how obnoxious the NFL would be with a 19-0 New England Patriots in the history books?
Yeah.
What do you think about Bill Belichick and like all that stuff? Does anybody talk about the scandals with Bill Belichick and then like these teams cheating? Or do all the teams cheat and they just got caught?
No, I don't think all the teams cheat.
Really?
I think some teams do, but not all of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Which organizations do you think kind of push the limits?
Well, we clearly were exposed about New England.
New England pushes the limits.
There was a Denver team that did some things too.
Really? I remember.
What type of things?
They must have knew something they had a heads up on something.
They got a playbook from another team, or
I don't know if it was something, because I remember a conversation with a player and then it came to light, I guess, in their locker room, and then ever since they got caught or whatever, their team wasn't as good as they thought they were.
You ever hear Marshall Faulk talking about the first when they lost to the Patriots in the Super Bowl when they were trying to go back to back with the Rams? This is 15 years later. This had to be like 3-4 years ago. He is still salty about it. And he's like, we knew that they were recording our practices. So the night before the Super Bowl, they get the whole team in the hotel like conference room and they script out
fake shit.
They script out their opening drive. And it's plays they didn't run all year in formations they didn't run all year. And he says we go out there, and by the second play of the Super Bowl, Brewski and Vrabel are calling out the plays and the formations. And they're like, we didn't do this shit all year. There's no way. There's just no way.
So you think they had like a mole?
I don't know. Bill Belichick. He's like, we never even ran these formations. Forget the plays. We didn't run these formations. And they put it in the night before the game. They did a walkthrough. They did an installation where, this is, I guess it's a big thing in the NFL to script out your first drive.
Yeah,
is that
first 15.
The first 15 are scripted out. So they did this in, socks and T-shirts the night before in the hotel, and the Patriots knew it. Patriots knew the plays coming. Crazy. Marsh Falk's salty about it still. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, one last question before we get you out of here, Bryant. Thank you so much for coming in, man.
No
really
problem.
appreciate it. If you could put together your all-time teammate team, let's go. Starting offensive line, Bryant McKinnie, all-time teammate team. Go. Who's playing left tackle?
Me.
Bryant McKinnie. Who's playing left guard?
Now that we got that one out of the way.
Left guard is hard because there was two people. It was Steve Hutchinson, I liked, but then you had called him KO. He was in Baltimore with me. He was young, but he was like real feisty and he was good. So I'm gonna say between him and Steve Hutchinson.
Well,
they rotate.
They're gonna rotate. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're rotating in with the Hall of Famer, Steve Hutchinson, probably.
Yeah, but KO was really good.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's playing center?
Matt Burke.
Matt Burke? Good player. Supposed to be like a Rhodes Scholar or something like that,
Yeah,
too,
he went
right?
to Harvard.
Yeah, supposed to be genius. Right guard.
Right guard. Marshall Yonder.
Great player.
Yeah.
Baltimore.
Yep.
Great player. Pro Bowler, right?
Yep.
Right tackle.
Right tackle, I'll put Mike Orr over there.
Michael Orr. Now he's
Blind
got
side on the right side.
he's finally speaking out about how that movie's bullshit.
Well, he kind of spoke out before because he wrote a book after the movie came out. He had wrote a book before and kind of was like, the movie's not exactly, how.
I watched that movie and I was 30 minutes in and I was like, there's no way any high school coach in the world would let this Karen walk onto there.
Yeah.
You need to put this boy in. You need to get the off my field, lady.
Who's what?
Why is Sandra Bullock on my practice field? Who let Sandra Bullock on my practice field? What's up? Okay. And all right, so now you got tight end.
Tight end. I would say Jeremy Shockey.
Yeah,
Jeremy
I was hoping it was
Shockey.
going to be
Gonna be
Shockey.
Shockey.
Man, I remember Shockey. He came in the preseason and started trucking people, just catching the ball, running people over.
Rookie of the
There
year.
was a big buzz.
Yeah.
I was at Pop Warner playing football and shit. Everyone was talking about Shockey, bro.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about
Seemed
Shockey.
like him and Eli didn't get along, though, huh? Him and Eli didn't get along?
Oh, I don't know.
No? Yeah, unfortunately. Shockey and Tiki, I think, might have bullied young Eli. And then the organization had to make a decision.
Shockey and Tiki?
I think they bullied a young Eli. I think Eli came in like, hey, shucks, how you guys doing? I like being here, And they were like, get the ball to me or shut
Don't
up.
fuck with Eli.
Yeah, we like Kerry Collins, bitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got running back?
Running back, I'm going to have to go with Adrian Peterson.
Adrian Peterson.
AP.
2 wide receivers. Well, now you got 3 wide receivers.
We didn't go quarterback yet, did we?
Nah, we're saving it for last.
that? All right, got you.
2 or 3.
Let's go 3 wide
go 3.
receivers.
All right, so wide receivers, Randy Moss, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say Percy Harvin.
Percy Harvin.
Oh, yeah, he's a stud, bro.
Yeah,
His
I'm
highlights are.
He just
are
came out and
crazy.
said that he was high in every single game he played.
I respect
There was a
it.
few people there's a few people who smoked before
I
games.
respect
Really?
it.
Yeah. You said in college too, right? Yeah,
Sure.
college. And Reggie Wayne.
Reggie Wayne.
Ah, yeah.
Andre Johnson
Colt.
doesn't make the list.
Oh, right. I'm gonna take Percy out and put Andre Johnson in.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Percy can return punts on the Brian
Yeah,
McKinnie all-time team.
definitely return punch.
So you got Randy Moss, Andre Johnson.
Specialist.
You got an offensive Randy Moss, Andre Johnson. You got Reggie Wayne in the slot, Jeremy Shockey at tight end, and you got Adrian
Who's
Peterson
throwing
in the
them
backfield.
the ball? Who's throwing them the ball?
I'm throwing him the ball. I'm gonna give it to Brett Favre.
Brett Favre.
You know why?
The
'Cause-
gunslinger. Come on.
But he made my job easy too. Like he could see things. He would give hard counts, like to draw people off sides. He just knew how to just finesse things that it just made your job easy. Like he could just see things like he's been around us so long.
Sure.
Like he just knew how to fake out defenses and linemen and just different things.
Is that the difference at that level playing quarterback?
It is,
because I mean everybody's big, strong, fast, good arm.
No, it's up here at that point because now it's like you've seen things a bunch of times. You've seen all the defense, all the looks, so he can recognize things faster, and he knows how to just play with their mind on things too. And some things be dummy calls, like just to play with them. So he was very smart. Like,
interesting. And I imagine a guy with that much self-confidence makes everybody feel confident in what they're doing.
Yeah, that was the best team I ever had as a Viking, and the furthest we ever went is because everybody was playing for him.
Interesting. And if you were going to tell somebody that wanted to be the next Bryant McKinnie coming up through the ranks right now, what advice would you give them?
Just compete. Like I feel like a lot of guys are so easy to like leave. That's why I hate this portal.
What do you say? Just compete. Leave. What do you mean?
Like go out there and just like I tell the new guys who are like going into their first year in college, like don't feel like you have to wait your turn. Go take the person's job because that's gonna make y'all both better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they have to now raise their level to keep their job, and you're raising your level to try to take it.
Yes.
Go out there and act like it's available. Go for it. Like
as opposed to just transferring.
Oh, I'm a freshman. I'll just wait.
I'll wait on it.
Yeah, no, go take
get after it right away.
Yeah.
It's just gonna raise your level, raise the team,
raise everybody's level,
raise all boats. Yeah.
That goes back to that generational softness
Every
that you're talking about. Though. This generation.
Every play,
I was messing
level.
with you before about like calling him saying this generation's soft as shit.
Yeah, because
it
now
really
you can
is.
just get in the
It's
portal
soft.
like, oh, I can't win a job here, so I'm going to go somewhere else. Stay here and try to win the job.
But also, if you're at that level, if you're at the University of Miami, LSU, you're top 25 level, you're trying to get to the league. If you can't beat out the guy in front of you, I got some bad news for you.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a
soft mindset.
You want to be a left tackle in the NFL. There are 8 billion people on earth. There are 30 jobs.
Yeah.
You're one of 30 people. I mean, that's the creme de la creme.
I always try to remind people this too. That's like somebody's coming in for your job every year, and you have to fight to keep your job because there's a new class of people coming in to take your job. You know what I'm saying? So each year, like that's why the average is 3.5 years, because there's somebody new coming in to take your position, and you have to just keep playing at a level where they can't come take your position. You know what I'm saying? So imagine, people who are on Twitter and saying all these things. Well, imagine you have a new class of people every year coming in to take your job. Like, how comfortable will you really be?
That's him. I mean, he fights in the most competitive weight class in the most competitive fight league in the world. Now he's coming for everybody else's. He's the guy coming for the jobs now. Hell yeah, man. Bryant, are we going
to talk about defense or no?
Yeah, hell yeah. Let's do it.
Because we didn't do the defensive side of the ball.
We have to do the defensive side of the ball, clearly. Oh, you running a 4-3, 3-4? You running nickel? What are we running here?
4-3.
We're running a 4-3.
Yeah.
All right. We're going Baltimore's defense, just flat out 2011 Baltimore defense?
Nah.
All right, who we got? Let's go defensive end.
Taylor's got to be in there.
Defensive end, yeah. So defensive end, I'm going to say, I'm going to put Terrell Suggs on one side.
Terrell Suggs.
And I'm going to put Jared Allen on the other side.
Tough.
I'm going to put Haloti Nada at one tackle.
Big.
I'm going to put Vince Wilfork at another.
Jesus.
And then the linebacker.
That's 1,000 pounds of D tackle.
Yeah.
And Haloti Nada is very athletic and nimble too. Yeah,
monster,
he's strong.
Yeah.
If you had to deal with those front four, that's not a fun night out. Middle linebacker is probably not Ray Lewis, I would imagine.
Definitely is. So yeah, Ray.
Can you imagine Ray Lewis behind that defensive line?
Right. Who would I? All right, so you have Ray. What other two linebackers?
Did you play with Peter Boulware?
I didn't. Chad Greenway. You could put
Chad Greenway.
Yeah.
He had a couple great years before he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
He was a tackling machine.
So Ray, Chad Greenway.
That's probably all you need. You probably could go. You probably go extra secondary.
I must have, but I can throw a Vilma in the linebacker at a linebacker.
Vilma.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, that's when you were saying it was obviously Ray Lewis. I was wondering where Vilma.
Well, I would put him there.
Put him on the edge. Yeah.
Two safeties.
Two middle linebackers or something. You know what I mean? On a 4-4.
I would put Sean and Ed.
Sean Taylor, Ed Reed.
Yeah, as my two safeties.
This is a tough defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the only defense on earth that would challenge the offense they put together.
Yeah, right.
And who's our cornerbacks?
My corners, I would say. I could put Trevor.
That's what I was thinking.
Trell. Even though he was a great safety in the NFL.
He was a great safety. Antoine Winfield.
Antoine Winfield, great player.
Yeah.
Sorry, Fred Smoot.
Call you for the parties.
Sorry, buddy. You maybe should have got the privacy signed.
Right.
Get the NDA signed, and then you can make the whole. You can make Mount
with
McKinney.
These two teams like against each other.
Yeah,
we gotta make a clip of this after.
That would the Bryant McKinney all-time teams.
I remember doing that as a kid. Like you and your boys, like you draft up like your favorite baseball team. Like you'd be like
the original
I got Mark
fantasy.
McGwire. Before fantasy. Yeah.
You know what we should do? We should run it through that roto wire and see who wins.
Oh, okay.
Who wins between that offense and that defense?
Yeah,
who do you think is winning?
You know who he's got.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the offense.
Oh, come on now. That defense is gonna be stout.
Hell
probably,
Is there anything
honestly,
on those sheets we need
honestly,
to hit
probably
before we get out of there?
because you're running 3 wide receiver, you're probably gonna have to take one linebacker off that field, and you're probably gonna have to throw in a nickel corner there.
So you gonna put Fred Smoot?
I don't give a shit. I don't fucking care.
Why do you
don't
love
bother
Fred
me.
Smoot so much?
I was thinking, I don't know, Philip Buchanan's pretty good. I don't know. Yeah.
So we already discussed College Football Hall of Fame.
No, let's do it.
Oh, okay, so that is actually the ceremony is December 5th in Las Vegas. So like Tim Tebow's in my class, Dwight Freeney, which I kind of feel bad because I feel like he's gonna be on my highlight film. He is, and you know what's crazy? We did the year I won the Outland Trophy. He was in like it was like an aisle and then a row, and they showed my highlight, and it was him, and I just heard him say, "Oh gosh," like. Because we were all there for the same award ceremony. I feel like almost it made.
I literally cannot get away from this guy.
And I feel bad because I was like, I remember him saying like, "Oh gosh," he looked up and he just see himself on my highlight, and I was like, and then it just was awkward. And then now it's like we're both going into the Hall of Fame together, and I feel like he's going to be on my highlight. And it's just
you got to set up for one more time, man. You know,
right?
Whoever gets to the podium first wins. You know, you set up one more time, get that kick step out of retirement.
Reggie Bush, he's in our class. We have a nice class. Robert Gallery, there's a couple guys that are.
Robert Gallery,
yep.
Wow.
So it's a nice class.
Robert Gallery, great offensive lineman. Very controversial offensive lineman because of where he was picked for the Raiders, but ended up having a very good career.
Yeah.
Reggie Bush, it's about time he gets his Heisman back. I can't believe they took the Heisman away from him.
Yeah.
Now that there's NILs,
Right.
like it's.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, it's like the people who are still in jail for weed when weed's legal. It's ridiculous.
Right.
Come on, man. Let's grow. Let's get this shit together.
So
man.
on October 21st, we play Clemson. They're going to honor me at the game for the induction. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And we thank you for the free tickets. Very, very excited to go.
I can't wait.
Oh
yeah. we'll bring the hard AFs.
Yeah.
It'll be a good time,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, man. And where can people find you, Brian? Where can the people follow you?
On social media, all platforms at Bryant McKinnie.
At Bryant McKinnie.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Mount McKinnie. I've been such a big fan for a long time. This has been a real true honor, man. This is really
no
great.
problem. There's a charity plate fundraiser that we're doing. Brian Levine is putting together.
Charity?
Yeah.
Nice.
And then also like a meet and greet in Minneapolis as well as Las Vegas leading up to the induction.
Oh, great.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
Beautiful. Love that.
That's really cool, man. So you got the College Football Hall of Fame coming up. You have a charity plated dinner in what'd you say in
It'll be in here in South Florida.
South Florida.
And a meet and greet in Las Vegas as well as Minneapolis.
Oh, very cool. Awesome, man. That's fantastic.
Thank you to A to Z International Marketing Group, Brian Levine and Antonio Kennedy for bringing me on here today.
Yeah.
Smart House Media Group, music, film, sports, and fashion. Be on the lookout for them for new music, sports, and film.
Bang, bang.
Dope. For the Hall of Famer, Mount Bryant McKinnie, that is the great Mickey Gall behind the desk. Christian Perello, our official producer. And from back in Gas Digital Studios up in New York, the wonderful Natalie. I am Gerard. This has been Slick and Thick. Peace.
Peace.